Fun fact, I'm allergic to cats. Have you seen my rash?
Can you show it to me now?
So Gav and I were Googling about this rash, and we think it might be a chemical burn because I did bleach a lot of my stuff recently. Do you think it looks like a chemical burn, or do you think it looks like a rash? Also, fun fact, I never shave the back of my legs because I personally don't see them. So there'll be it's like a skunk. There's like a line of hair.
That's so funny. I never shave above my knee.
I never do that either.
I didn't think that was the thing you had to do.
But we have
very fine, light hair, so
true.
Maybe if we had dark hair, we would do that.
If we were Greek.
Things would be...
Things would be different if we were Greek.
I
know.
But I'd also probably know a lot more about the Greek economy.
It's true. Something I do want to know, but I refuse to learn.
No, I won't. I've remained ignorant already.
We didn't do our intro.
Oh, yeah. Let's do our intro for the people.
Slims and Chunkies. Welcome to the big show, baby.
Oh, God.
So, welcome or welcome back.
Welcome, Toothpick.
Good morning, Slim. Welcome back to Here's the Gag.
Wait,
I'm your host. No, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it right.
Okay, fucking shit.
I'm one of your hosts, Avis.
And I am your other host, Ella.
And here's the gag. You want to hear a little funny story from this morning?
Yeah, sure.
So I'm cosplaying like a Tribeca, rich older woman, but very much like widow, wearing the little old scraggledy lady that has a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's who I am.
Okay.
Has cats, is allergic to cats. I'm really...
I do think that
the
is a
character
chemical
is
burn.
very
defined. I
defined.
didn't tell you, but I do think that's a chemical burn. Continue.
Oh, shit, really?
Yeah, I've had an acid burn before. It looks really similar.
Oh, God. I don't even know how I got that. That's so tough. Okay. Just a little old lady with a chemical burn, as it happens. So I'm doing my morning little walk around. I see a coffee place, Maman. I was like, oh,
excuse me,
Maman.
Bless you.
Maman.
Maman.
Excusez-moi, s'il vous plaît. So I walk into Maman. C'est pardon. Un café pour moi. Vite, vite. As an old woman does. No, but I go in there looking for a coffee. It's kind of like a little brunchy, cute, but coffee up front. I'm looking around, feeling very sophisticated. Two businessmen come behind me. One of them's medium old, I would say 40. The other one's old, I'd say late 50s.
Perfect.
And I go in there, I realize I don't have my glasses. An old woman, but they're in my purse. I'm like, oh God, am I gonna have to do it's too embarrassing, rustle through my purse to find my glasses.
Okay.
I'm in character, but I'm not that old.
I feel like she would have glasses.
I'm in a confused place.
Okay.
So I let them go ahead of me, and they're the old kind of men that want to continue the conversation.
I sure do, and I always do.
It's always our niche. The only men that talk to us are always 50 and above.
And I always keep it going way longer than I should.
It was weird. So I let them pass. I'm like, oh, go ahead. And he's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I can't really read the board. I'm honest with him.
Wait, so you had to say it.
And this man pulls out his own glasses and he's like, well, here you go. And I'm like, oh.
That's not helpful.
Old man, I'm not gonna, it's embarrassing to pull out my own glasses. I'm not gonna put your fucking glasses on to read the board. So I'm like, no, it's okay. I'll just squint. So they order their coffee. I finally, because it's kind of one of those lavender hibiscus coffee stuff. So I'm the complicated board. And for some reason, I can't read any of it. So I'm squinting up there.
They wrote it in French.
What's going on?
Un café? I'm sorry, what is café?
Avec de lait. Oat.
Le lait?
You got the oat. So I order my oat milk coffee because I, again, can't read the board.
D'accord.
I imagine they have it. And I give him, the person I'm ordering with, I give him my name. And then the bored businessmen, seemingly. What's today, a Friday? I guess they're feeling very casual. They continue the conversation. His name is Grant. Shout out to you, Grant. He's like, oh, what kind of name is that? oh, where are you from? Which always happens.
Oui, oui.
It's just, I simply think it's because I sound really awkward, especially in the morning, because I don't know how to speak when I wake up. It sounds like I'm foreign.
You have told me enough like weird cafe stories that I feel like I want to be around you when you're ordering.
The amount of people that ask like what country I'm from when I order coffee.
You should say like Iceland.
I make up new ones. At this time I said like, oh, it's a Finnish name. I don't know. Somehow
funny.
I feel Finnish, and I always know that people won't speak Finnish, so it's a safe bet.
Not. People won't speak Icelandic.
Yeah, and Momo. Maybe he thought I was like French, and I was coming into like my home country to have a little coffee. I don't know. And I couldn't read the board. Maybe he thought I couldn't speak English. I don't know. But it was funny because I was in character as my like old woman, and like he literally says to me, he's like, "What an old-fashioned name! Like I can see you have an old soul."
Oh, that's the worst.
If I had $1 grant for every old man that said I had an old soul.
That's grody.
Yeah, so that was my fun little flirtatious story.
Wait, did he not pay for your coffee?
He didn't, but I was thinking he might.
Fuck out of here,
but
Grant.
He didn't. So
you're
cheap.
Out of here.
You treat me like I'm cheap, Grant. And you saw me struggling. You gave me your glasses, but you couldn't give me a little dollar.
That's tough. Well, it was... Was it a little dollar over in Café Momon? C'est plus cher.
Oui.
Le euro.
Luckily, I was in character, so I had money. But
that's true.
Somehow
that's true,
I got this money, and it's all gone. It's another story of my life.
It happened, you know.
This haircut that I got yesterday, I don't want to talk about it. I think that could be my new thing.
Well, I actually do know how to cut hair. I should have offered to cut your hair.
No, it's okay.
I don't think you would have. Well, this dovetails nicely into our plan for the day,
yes.
Which is to discuss scammers. They're everywhere.
In this economy, who hasn't been a bit of a scammer?
They're trying to get you an apartment, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're gonna talk about our respective. We picked our favorite scammers, and then
scammer of the day.
Some little scam ideas that we have ourselves, perhaps. And then we'll do a little trade of pop culture and news.
Do you want to say your scamming behaviors first? Like, what about you makes you a bit of a scammer?
I feel like are you about to out me?
I honestly am not thinking of one specifically for you, but I do feel like we're very squirrely in a way. Like,
yeah.
I feel like we can be kind of resourceful.
I feel like my scam behavior is I will take free food wherever it appears. I have a habit of like putting things into like little napkins. I also free alcohol. I'm trying to think of like scams. I think not to bring up the MTA.
Oh, sensitive. It's okay, go for it. I'll bring that up myself.
I'm normally not a jumper, but I have become a crawler.
Oh God. No, concussions I've gotten from
but
crawling.
Not that free. Oh, actually, this isn't a scam, but I feel like the Fake Heiress thing has changed my life. Anyone in New York City whose income is under, I think it's like $12K or something, can apply to this, and it's half off on a Metro card. So it's like you fill it with however much money, and it just swipes you half price no matter what, which is pretty. Honestly, has saved me so much money.
I steal a lot of toilet paper from my place of work.
Oh, that's a good one. I
refuse to buy toilet paper. I will not, in this economy, shell out money for toilet paper.
I haven't stolen toilet paper in a while. It requires kind of a big bag.
Yeah, carry backpack. A few rolls at a time. Got my backpack on.
Yeah.
It's hard at places like Signature where they lock down their toilet paper. But other places.
Like free tampons. I always take a lot of tampons.
Yeah. I refuse to buy pads. That's my feminist
good.
protest. It means I just use a lot of toilet paper though, so it's unfortunate.
Well, you famously have the flow of like a little rat, so do rats get periods?
I think it's because God knows I'm scared of blood. So he's like, I'm not going to give her a lot.
Or you're infertile.
I would love that. Honestly, if I'm like very not fertile, I think that would be like kind of a huge gift for me.
I don't think there's any correlation between a light period and infertility.
I do have birthing hips though, which has always made me worried that I'm fertile.
And I think you are.
I do seem fertile, to be honest. Like, I've never gotten pregnant, but I have kind of a fertile energy.
Let's stop using the word.
I don't like it either. I like saying fertile.
It's getting a little clinical. I do like saying virile about men.
Ooh, we should use it for ourselves.
Okay.
Challenge
accepted.
Let's do it. Girl boss.
Tell me about your scammer.
So, I went a little basic because I wanted to talk about the Shonda universe.
I had a feeling you might.
Anna Delvey. I'm a big, like, Anna Delvey researcher. You know, I read the book, My Friend Anna. Actually, I read it here, by the way, and I didn't buy it. And I feel bad about it. I'm sorry, you guys.
You should.
I just read the whole thing while I was here. Sorry. It's by Rachel Deloach, who famously...
Ew.
I know, it's
Sorry.
an unfortunate
That was
name.
just a really tough
To
last
be,
name.
like, a writer, too.
Are you sure it's not like Deloche?
Deloche. Ooh, I like that. Change your name, Rachel. That's the case. She's from, like, the Midwest or something, though, so she's from South. She's from South. Shout out to you, Rachel. You know, Rachel really got the worst of both worlds. Let me tell you why.
Oh, really? Tell me.
Because usually, like, the thing about Anna Delvey, like, that I don't mind about her is she seemed to scam banks and scam really rich people, to which I'm like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
You play and you lose. You're scamming scammers, essentially.
Yeah.
But she did. Rachel's the one that really got scammed.
Oh, really? Oh, because this is the friend.
Yeah, this is the friend.
Yeah, and she didn't have any money, right?
She kind of got kicked in the teeth, which I thought was a little funny. That's what I wanted to talk about, is that she went with Anna Delvey. She kind of, like, got, like, I think people say that she deserves it in some sense because she, like, took advantage, as anyone would, I think, of having a rich friend that spends money carelessly. Like, I would love that, you know, especially one that's, like, getting a huge inheritance. It's not even money they work for, and they want to spend it on you. They want to do fancy things with you, and they'll pay for it. So I'm like, you're paying for my company. Sounds a bit like a prostitute, but yes, I will go. You know, you're gonna have the expensive.
You're prostituting yourself as a good time.
Yeah, especially like something like a training service at a gym, like. You don't want to do that alone as a rich person, so you're basically paying for your friend to do it with you.
Is that one of the activities that they do?
And the trainer actually is involved in the story.
Laverne Cox.
Yes, exactly.
Not Laverne Cox.
Laverne Cox was not the trainer.
Portrayed this person in the Netflix series.
It's so funny to see like the Shondaverse of like all the people from her previous shows just showing up, and I'm like, not you again. I mean, they're good actors, but if I have to see these people do anything ever again, it's unfortunate. They're stuck in the universe. Oh, God. Anyway, yeah, I was not a fan of the show. I'll say that. Was not a fan of the show. Not just for Rachel.
Are you looking for controversy, or?
I love Shonda. I mean, Grey's Anatomy was previously, like, my first show I ever watched as a child. Ugh. That and Will and Grace really shaped me.
Oh, Will and Grace. You should talk to Fernando. He's like a Will and Grace.
I loved it. Oh, my God. You watch it again, you're like, wow, this did not age well.
Really?
Oh, it's so dated in the worst ways.
Me clips. Some of it's funny.
So I honestly, I don't care.
Mostly Megan Mullally.
Yes. So funny. She's everything.
But anyway.
Okay, so Rachel gets, like, Anna invites Rachel, the trainer, and a photographer friend of Rachel on this big Marrakesh adventure.
Sex in the City, too.
Yes. After, like, paying for all these things for her, and she's always, like, going on private jets. She's staying, like months and months at the fanciest hotels. Like, she's living the high life. So Rachel's like, okay, she's got money. She's never, like, not had money. She takes me out to restaurants. She does this. She's my sugar baby, sugar mama. I'm her sugar baby. So they go to Marrakesh, you know, to the nicest resort ever. One that, like, the Kardashians stay at. Ooh. And that's the reason Anna Delvey wanted to go. Kind of a Kardashian whore.
I'm getting it.
And brought the photographer to, like, document her life. Like, take, like, a documentary about herself. Right. Because she's building the Anna Delvey Foundation. Girl boss.
In that giant building.
Exactly. And then her, like, plans start falling apart. Her checks start bouncing. Her cards aren't working.
Yikes.
And, like, Rachel's still like, Anna has always had the money. Like, she's always been paying for this stuff. Like, I have no reason to believe she doesn't. So I'll put my card down. Her cards are just not working because she's international.
It's so tough.
Is she German? Is she Russian? Does anyone really know?
Worst bad date.
I know, it's so she gets stiffed. So then she's got a bill of $70,000.
70,000
Sorry, I'm really bad at that.
It's tough.
70,000 USD.
USD. Sorry, I don't know. I'm on one. Continue.
And like over time, she gets back from Marrakesh. She's kind of like scared because they're so like the security guards really like pressure her into it. The staff, and she's like, I'm in a foreign country. I don't know what to do. Like, we're gonna get like maybe arrested here. Don't really know this story. So she puts down her card, and they say it's just a hold, and they won't charge it. But then they charge it, and I think it's like her company card too, and she has to switch it over to her personal card.
I think it is. I think she used both.
Yeah, it's just so tough. And then she's got this enormous debt that she's freaking out about because she works, she's a photo editor for Vanity Fair, I think, which seems like a glamorous job but doesn't pay very well. So she's always been on the periphery of like being invited to nice things and like having pseudo nice things, but not like $70,000 of disposable income.
I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, so much money. Can you like just thinking about like student loans, but making it like you have to pay all? Yeah. Oh God, horrifying. So she's freaking out. Anna's being super like on the fritz. She starts to realize she's a scammer. All these stories start coming out. Article after article.
Yeah, because it was somebody else first, right?
Yes. Well, she scammed a few of her friends, but they were all very rich friends.
Who came out with it first?
I think it was there was an article in maybe the New Yorker, I think, that came out first. That was like the heiress that has nothing. And they were getting suspicious because the first people that caught on to it were the hotels she was scamming. Right.
Because she like would stay and they'd be like pony up.
Yeah, she'd like put down a card that didn't work and always be like, oh, I'm transferring from my bank. The bank transfers would go through because she'd be getting these loans that she was illegally getting. Just like so much fraudulent, complicated stuff. Yeah. So I didn't like the TV show. Because the whole thing about her is that she's like this frumpy little Fraulein that like is so badly dressed, but wearing like, thank you, wearing like designer clothes, but they're ugly and unstylish. Yeah. And like people don't question it because she's so unglamorous. She's like that rich person that you're like,
terrible taste.
I know they're rich because they're not wearing makeup, they didn't brush their hair, they're just wearing things I know are expensive, but they look terrible. Like that's how she was rich. That's how she's like tricked people in a sense.
Why is that such a type?
And especially her being German, presumably, like you're rich. Like, oh, there's that international person that has enormous amounts of wealth, but is very like unstylish, especially to Americans.
Yeah, she did look very classy.
Yeah, but also like very frumpy.
No, in the show.
Yeah, that was the annoying thing. They're like, Anna was the it girl. Anna was everything. I'm like, it's so easy to be a conventionally attractive like model type and scam people out of money and make people seem rich. That's like the whole purpose of modeling.
Right, like, that's like not what she did.
Literally, like the interesting part is how frumpy and weird and boring she is in a sense. Like she's not this glamorous it girl. She was just kind of like that, that girl at a party that's like smoking a cigarette and saying something bitter. But you're like, well, she has a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot more interesting to me, at least. So I would rather have a documentary than whatever the hell that was. So that's my first problem. Badly done. The dialogue was cheap.
It was bad. I thought it was really badly written. That was what bothered me the most.
Yeah, so badly. And so, like, cliche after cliche after cliche.
And I actually think, I know everyone came for Anna Chlumsky, or whatever her last name is, the woman who played the journalist.
Okay, I thought she was terrible, so I'm about to come for her too.
That she has good potential. Yeah. I think that I really loved her on Veep. I think it's just because I'm comparing her to the Veep performance, and she was so good on Veep, and I just think this writing.
It really could be the writing and direction. I just hated her expression the whole time. Is like, Anna was Anna.
That's actually pretty good.
Anna, and I'm pregnant. Especially like I hate when they try to make me pity like the husband of a pregnant person. I'm like, I don't want to have to feel bad for
Did they
you.
do that? I forgot.
They tried to do that, like, oh, she's being overbearing. She's like, oh, I'm not going to give up on this story until this child is, like, coming out of me at the same time.
That's boring.
Like, bro, you're making everyone, like, hate pregnant women in a way I don't enjoy. And then also, like, again, like, the recycled actors, I was a bit like, really?
Yeah.
I just hated that acting. You know, the Julia, whatever, she was great doing the confusing accent. But she was too pretty. She was too conventionally stylish.
Why are you the money?
Yeah, I know.
I was like, I'll buy you the money. That was so bad.
Oh, that was really good. I liked it. But the biggest thing I was, like, so confused about was, like, the portrayal of Rachel Deloche, where they had, first off, they had the actress from Scandal, which I thought was funny.
I love her. Katie Lowe's.
She's funny.
I think that's her name.
She took a little too much pleasure in, like, defaming this girl, though.
She did.
I feel like she was really enjoying it. She's like, fuck this bitch. And especially because some of the characters got fake names. They put her full name. They're like, Rachel, this one's for you, baby girl.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't have really a villain. We're really, like, glamorizing Anna, so let's make Rachel a villain. Let's show her as, like, a power climbing, like, social, like, kind of little leech getting on there.
Do you think, though, that, like, there is something exciting about getting scammed?
Like, I understand the criticism, especially, like, she made her money back. She got her money, like the absolved or whatever, the credit. And then she made money off the book, and she made money off the stories. So I understand some people, but I'm like, I don't know, that she had to go through, like, some real suffering and was, like, the one, like, victim of Anna Delvey that I really feel bad for.
That's true.
Like, why does she have to be a villain just because she took advantage of a rich friend who was offering kindness, you know?
Yeah. I guess I'd be interested to know if she actually liked her as a friend.
Yeah.
I think the reason I have less sympathy for her is because I don't think she was like, oh, this is such a great friendship. Like, I really love this friend.
It's true.
You know?
It could be more like, I love this rich money. But
like, I understand monetary loss. Like, that's upsetting. But it doesn't, like, pull on my heartstrings. Like, you being like, I thought this person was my friend, and they actually, like, manipulated me. And I don't really think she thought that. Well, that was the vibe that I have gotten from the things that I've read.
Yeah.
And honestly, the TV show. Like,
I know it, but it's just upsetting. Like, I'm like, did she personally do something to Shonda Rhimes that made Shonda Rhimes, like, it seems so personal in its attack.
Maybe Shonda just wanted to, like, stir the pot.
It just could be so good.
Yeah.
Is what's disappointing me. Why not make it so, like, more fictionalized either, or just stick entirely to the truth, or make it a documentary? Like, the story is stranger than fiction.
It's true. It was
so
like,
why change the story?
It was, like, in between two things.
Right?
I agree with that. The tone was confusing.
And then they try to make it, like, feminist girl boss queen. When really, like, if it was more feminist girl boss queen, make her ugly then. Make her ugly. Why is she pretty?
Yeah,
like, any model can scam their way to the top, all right? Like, we see that everywhere.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your favorite little scammer.
Is a scammer from history.
The talented Mr. Ripley.
Wait, no, but that movie, I watched it for the first time last year, and it rocked my world.
It's a crazy one.
It's such a good movie.
Is it The Wolf of Wall Street? Is it yours?
No. Ew.
I don't understand how people actually, that's like a scammer that hurt poor people.
It's
like,
a
why is that interesting to you?
That women are still attracted to men who really like Wolf of Wall Street. That's
my big red flag.
The scam is men tricking you into thinking that that's a highbrow film.
Literally.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Krista loves that film. We have to cut this out.
No, we're keeping it.
No, she really likes it.
We're keeping it. I mean, I think it's an enjoyable movie to watch. I'm just not, like, jerking off to it like all of them.
They do kind of jerk to it.
You're like, well, and he's still from poor people. That's really hot. I want to do that too.
Stocks. Okay, my scammer. Her name was.
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead. Her name was Amy Bock. Born the 18th of May. I pulled up the wiki for this.
Oh.
The 18th of May, 1859 to the 29th of
1859.
August, 1943. So all of these crimes are like the early 1900s.
Got you.
She, first of all, this is set in New Zealand. Sorry.
Love it.
I know.
Dingo ate my baby.
Is that Australia?
I think it is.
What's the difference in the accents?
Yours is so good. Like,
wait, that wasn't me leading you to compliment me, but thank
like,
you.
And it like tickles a place inside me.
Tickles a little something.
If you could do this whole thing in an accent, I would love that.
I was hoping you'd ask.
Oh, I love it so much.
All right, her name was Amy Bock. Basically, she committed like a series of minor infractions and like fraud, but the fraud was all really small, like really minute fraud.
I like it. Fraud.
So every like fraud that she committed, she was sent to prison for like shorter periods of time, longer periods of time. At one point, she was like in the Salvation Army. She was putting in the work, but like all of the writing about her little crimes, they're like, oh, she illegally obtained like this money, or she illegally obtained like some furniture, which sounds like she just kind of lied a little bit to get things, which I love.
I love a liar.
But she always, in all of the writing, it's like, but actually after she got all these like little stipends and stuff from people, she bought them gifts.
Aww.
Which I thought was so nice. Or she was like donating it forward to like she worked as like a servant. I'm stepping out of it. It's too hard.
That was really good though.
She worked as thank you. Like a servant and like a housekeeper, and so like she was very like working class, and so she would kind of like take these things or illegally obtain like bits of jewelry and like resell it and like shit like that.
So she's cleaning for richer people, stealing their
I'm pretty sure like that's the vibe.
Yeah.
And then like giving it to the other women that she works with,
Oh.
which I think is so nice. And her mom, she kind of has like a tough backstory where like her mom was super mentally ill, and I think died in like an asylum, and her dad I guess wasn't really around. But the like most exciting bit about Amy Bock is that she pretended to be a man.
Really?
And she...
Is that how she avoided arrest?
No, to marry a woman.
Oh.
Naughty, naughty.
Go balls.
She called herself Percy Redwood.
Oh, sexy name. Only a sexy woman would choose that.
Such a sexy name. And there are a lot of really convincing photos.
Percy.
I know.
Hit me up.
Tight.
That's tight.
So she pretended to be this man at like a boarding house or something to marry this girl called Agnes, who was, I think, the like daughter of a landlady of the like boarding house. So it didn't seem like maybe the end game was to try to like resell some stuff from Agnes's home, but it didn't really seem that way. And then like 4 days after they were married, she was arrested.
Oh.
For pretending to be a man.
Oh, that was the crime, not the stealing?
Yeah. Well, It was like fraud. It was fraud that that she had like pretended, and she had also gone down for like a lot of other small frauds. So I think she was kind of like on the lam a little bit at this point. And like that was why she assumed this identity, like partially why. But what I thought was funny is the dad of what's her name, Agnes, when the police came to arrest Amy, he said, "Well, it might have been worse," which I thought was funny. Like him
as if to
arrested. Say, like I don't know what could like what. I don't know. A lot of the stuff that I was reading was just very like tinged with New Zealand like naughtiness. So they were all saying like it's so good that this happened in New Zealand because everyone was just really entertained.
I like their attitude about life. Everything in that country could kill you.
So funny.
So they live like people who don't fear death.
It's true.
Everything in that country terrifies me.
I love New Zealand so much.
Sometimes I have nightmares of being stuck on that like Komodo dragon island.
Oh, what?
There's like a whole little island off the coast of New Zealand.
Oh, yes. I know about this.
Because Komodo dragons, they can swim.
They
can climb trees. They're fast as fuck.
They do it
And if they bite you, they've got poison in their bite. So you're not escaping.
Okay, but the sad part about this story is that then their marriage got annulled because it was like revealed that she was a woman. But then like she went to prison a few more times for like small things. I think she married like a Swedish farmer at the end of her life. And then I think they got divorced too because she was like committing little frauds. And she ended up in the Salvation Army, supervised by someone named Annie Gordon. Could be gay. Yeah. I just all of this stuff is tinged with like, well, she could have been gay, or maybe she was trans, or maybe she was scamming. And I think it's very fun.
It can only be one or the other.
I think it's fun to ride that fine line.
I want a movie now.
I know, it's really interesting, and it's just interesting because all of the crimes are like not really crimes, because she would just like buy people gifts with the money or like pass it on to other people. And it was just funny that she kept getting caught, and she always said she did it.
You steal from the rich and you give to the poor.
She was always like, "Yeah, I did it."
Aw, honesty.
Which I think is so funny.
Honesty from a scammer.
Yeah.
Have you watched Gentleman Jack?
No, and this is I like went down. It
seems kind of similar in a sense.
I went down a rabbit hole. I love that actress.
So good. That show could be good. Unfortunately.
What's her name? Something Jones. Saran Jones. Now it's in my head. Saran Jones. Have you seen Dr. Foster?
No. Oh, that is Dr. Foster.
Oh my God, you gotta see Dr. Foster.
Damn, I didn't even notice that.
Because Jodie Comer's
She's so hot.
in that.
Yeah. Oh, Jodie Comer's really good in that. I did watch the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Yeah.
Worse in like a messy way.
Yeah. Gentleman Jack also got worse. I was so excited when it started. Yeah. I was like, this is gonna be something I really like. And then like it got really cheesy and stupid.
Dang.
I feel like it's just too long. You know, episodes are like 40 when they should be 25.
I can kind of smell that.
Mm-hmm. It's like they don't know what to do with the time. And I'm like, what am I doing here?
Part of history of like pretending to be a man and then marrying a woman. There was another thing in this, in like the research that I was doing that was saying like they compared Amy Bock's case to like a previous case where a lesbian couple came in for a divorce after being together for 8 years, and they were like, yeah, we messed it up. I thought that the other person was a man.
Oh.
And I was like, it's 8 years. Like, I think you guys just got in a big fight. It's okay.
Aww.
So anyway, that was the scammer that I selected. Like
I love that scammer. I feel like we need to know more about her.
I know. I'm so interested in her life.
I'm shocked that they've hidden her from us for so long.
It's because it's because we're taught not to believe that New Zealand exists.
Yes. And I feel like they don't want to encourage us to, believe in New Zealand, and they don't want to encourage women to scam because they know naturally we are very good at it.
Yeah, they don't want to encourage beneficial scamming.
I mean, Eve was a bit of a scammer. We learned from the best.
I'm just saying, maybe we should fall down the New Zealand rabbit hole because Taika Waititi?
Mm-hmm. That's someone we should gatekeep, but he's already taken.
Yeah, can we gatekeep him? Did he get married, you said?
Rita Ora.
Oh,
which is just like, Rita Ora's fine. You know, Rita Ora's white. That's
is
a shock.
She?
Yeah. I'm turning the mic down.
That was shrill. That was so shrill.
Kind of shrill. I'll turn you back up. I feel bad. Rita Ora is fully white. I was so shocked.
Wait, is that true?
I refuse to believe, but it is.
Wait, I'm looking it up.
I don't want to be one of those people that's like, I'm in love with your husband, so I don't want to like you. But I will say I'm more than skeptical.
She was born in Yugoslavia. Interesting.
Isn't that just like spicy white?
Yeah. Albanian. She's like Dula Peep.
Yeah, I love Dula Peep.
They kind of don't look dissimilar. Yeah, there's an element of blackfishing going on here.
An element. She's been brown for years. Yeah. I fully thought she was mixed. And I think she's been doing some weird hairstyles that made me consider.
Oh, suspect.
Yeah.
Oh, Rita. That's tough.
Oh, Rita. But, they love each other. And
happy for them.
I'll be happy for them.
Mostly happy that I get to watch her husband on the screen sometimes.
God, so sexy. So sexy. That show did a number on me emotionally.
Same. The other day we saw a bag on the subway and it said, I masturbate. Hashtag I masturbate.
So bold on the subway.
And we're both like, whoa.
I gotta say, like, I would not deny if someone asked me if I masturbate. I don't think I would advertise it on my clothing.
It was I was like, wow, okay, we're putting it out there. We're sex positive, baby.
I also just like how, like, kind of aggressive it is. Like, you assumed I didn't. let me tell you, I masturbate.
And also, I think the hashtagging is what's really. I was like, is this a hashtag?
What brand is doing that?
Are we putting these under a hashtag and then looking them up later?
Also, did she get that bag for free? Did she willingly purchase it? Is it her company?
It's gotta be a free bag.
I'm hoping it's like a gift from a friend.
Oh,
but
imagine
even
if your friend gave you a bag that said hashtag
I would hope it was a joke. I don't know. So it just kind of made me gasp. Okay, the other small pop culture thing was that Ezra Miller has apologized for all their actions.
For all of them, just like blanket apology.
They were like, I'm mentally unwell. I'm getting some help.
Well, that's good.
And then, people were like, oh, the Flash PR tour is starting now.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's funny.
But at the same time, I'm kind of in between because I'm like,
why is that still
health.
A show?
And then I'm like, I had no idea about this even happening. And I have no idea who the hell the Flash is. Just a really fast guy.
I think so.
We need to get a little more creative, guys. We need more cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Something's going on over there.
We need more rats in the kitchen because someone's not pulling the hair. Right.
Really, someone's not pulling their weight over there. So yeah, that was an interesting thing. Just like a blanket apology.
I'd love to do that for everything I've ever done.
Literally.
Sorry about it.
Your PR tour. Hey, I was unwell.
Everyone should get one blanket apology for all the sins they've committed.
Yeah. Your turn.
Okay, my turn. I want to talk about red lantern flies.
Today
I
will talk to you.
Today we're going to chit chat about red lantern flies.
What are those? And what harm do they do to us?
Let me tell you, they're invasive. No.
Ooh.
They're invasive. And they basically just like harm everything. They just like decimate crops, particularly grapes, apples, and like trees. So there have been like photos of them swarming on trees, and I saw one maybe like
creepy.
2 weeks ago, and I didn't know what it was, and I was like, "What a pretty butterfly!" And then I like went to look at it closer because I'm a dum-dum.
Did it hurt you?
It flapped its wings like a motherfucker. No, it just. I don't know if you've seen them move.
I've seen them. I've seen two.
Okay, the velocity with which they flap their wings is alarming.
And they're big.
They're big and chunky. So anyway, they're evil, and we have to squash them and squish them.
I'm very excited for that. Us all like joining together to kill.
Yeah, and this is just this is my little PSA. If you see one on the street, on a leaf, on my
kill it.
Rooftop garden. It's not a rooftop garden. It's a fire escape garden. Kill it. It's a naughty species, and it's like one of those things that probably individual action won't actually change.
I love having a common enemy, though. This is going to be really bonding for us.
But yeah, I think it could be fun to like find them at the park and kill them.
Yes, right? We rarely get to kill anything without any guilt.
I know, and I
great.
love not feeling guilt. I mean, I hate the squish. I hate squishing a bug because it's just like really visceral.
Yeah.
But it's got to be done.
I like, with my feet, anything's possible.
These boys are playing football.
What is happening? Oh my god, do you see that fancy ass car? That's an influencer right there. Are you even allowed to park on the street? I honestly think you can't.
I feel like we're due for a reckoning.
The new lantern bugs.
Not even in a purge type of way, just in a way where everyone is forced to do an Ezra Miller and really reflect.
Yeah.
That's the real red lantern fly of New York.
I said that joke and you didn't even notice. And
oh my god, I'm so sorry. No, it was so good that I deep-seated it in my subconscious and then I regurgitated it.
Yeah.
I actually,
like
that's
a little
my bad habit.
mommy penguin. And then I nibble it up.
That's my ick.
What Reddit do you have for me? I'm so excited.
Okay, my Reddit.
Do it in a New Zealand accent. And I'll piss myself.
My Reddit?
I do kind of have to pee.
Do you want to go pedal?
No, I'm just going to wiggle a lot.
All right. This is a funny one. Actually, it's not. It's
go
kind
pedal.
of weird.
Go pedal.
Sorry.
No need for that.
Okay, well, I have a few. Hold on, let me pick one that I like.
Whenever I move in these jeans, they kind of creak. You ever feel that?
That's good. That means you've got a chunky butt.
It means I'm thick, baby.
That means you're loaded.
Thick
okay.
queen.
This is part of the advice thing.
Ooh, you went to the advice forum?
Yeah.
Good, because I couldn't find any good advice.
Well, most of it was really sad.
Yeah, so depressing.
Except for this one.
They're like, my boyfriend hit me, but he says he changed. Oh,
I know,
Lord.
or it's like I'm really depressed and lonely, and I'm like, I wish I had advice.
Literally no advice. You're like, it's tough.
Yeah, I'm like,
sorry about
I'm
it.
So sorry, we're all feeling it. Okay, this is from someone who goes by the Squirrel Foods.
Oh.
It says, I'm a historical reenactor who coincidentally has the, all caps, Handmaid's Tale dress, by accident. Should I just wear it?
What?
Okay, I'm going to read it in the New Zealand accent. I'm a revolutionary... wow, fuck.
Start strong. Sorry,
it's shrill today. I'm a Revolutionary War reenactor on the British side. Red flag. And people act like the Brits are Nazis anyway.
What?
I mean, there have been so many pop culture things where redcoats are evil that to play one as a reenactor is just not that easy. So...
Okay.
That's why I picked it. So, when I first met my husband and got into reenacting the Rev War, my future father-in-law bought me this wonderful red dress. You know the dress.
Do I?
And I am very pro-choice. That's not the issue. The issue is that reenacting is already political enough without bringing abortion into it. There's a time and a place, and most people taking their kids out for a reenactment battle just want to see the cannon fire. Maybe make jokes about pirates. Nobody has gotten confrontational about it with me so far. I don't look like Offred and I don't wear the bonnet, so that helps. I do have to wear a mop cap though, which is a little white bonnet thing, but without the huge brim that the handmaids have on the show. I have a cape, but I don't wear it. I'd wear it if we had a winter event, but the stars have not aligned for that yet. If you were at a Revolutionary War reenactment and you saw a woman in a red dress, would you complain? I can wear other stuff, but I don't have anything that nice.
This is one of the few scenarios where I'm just speechless. I'm left with nothing but more questions.
Well, she's also not asking for advice. Also in the comments.
I think that's what's weird about it is like she's trying to tell me something, but she doesn't want anything from me. I feel like she just wants to say what she's gonna do.
It's so funny. Somebody commented and was like, your post sounds like... Oh, someone commented and it was like... Wait, how do I read... Fuck. Oh, it's not super period correct, so it's not really appropriate. They only wore colonial style dresses and caps on their head or wigs. And then they like linked some other places where this person could buy more appropriate costuming. And she said, trust me, the dress is period correct for the Rev War. I'm not asking if I can wear a Handmaid's Tale dress to a Rev War event. You seem to have misunderstood.
Then what are you asking?
I know.
What do you want?
And then this person responded was like, your post is really confusing.
Literally. There's so many tones. There's so many like details. Like why does she really wants to wear it?
Also, not opening being like, people think that the Brits were Nazis. Anyway. Like what?
I'm curious about like what kind of job this is where they don't give you a costume. Like why are you allowed to like have this self-expression when doing the Revolutionary War?
I just think it's funny that she's like, I just wanted something really nice to wear. And this Handmaid's Tale dress. But I'm pro-choice.
Like there's so many like added details, but why is she being so dishonest with us?
I love how she says nobody has gotten confrontational about it with me so far.
I don't know if I would see a woman wearing a red dress and my eyes would
be like Handmaid's Tale.
They didn't wear red back then.
It also kind of feels like this woman is looking for a fight.
Yeah, that definitely was the way she responded to that commentary. Like, she really wants to defend this choice. But I'm like, you're not making a choice.
It's so funny.
And would anyone find that hugely political? It's about the Revolutionary War. Like,
I don't know. I just thought it was so funny.
Is it, like, supposed to be anti-British? Like, I don't understand.
Because she's like, I'm a historical reenactor who coincidentally has the Handmaid's Tale dress by accident.
Yeah, no, there's so many details. Like, why... What? Like, is it even the dress? Is it just a red dress?
No, I think it's just a red dress that, like, looks a little similar.
This is wild. This woman, I need to meet.
I know, but she's, like, made the decision to wear... I think my favorite part is her describing her job as a reenactor. And it made me think about the kinds of people who decide to reenact the Revolutionary War. She said that, like, reenacting is political enough without bringing abortion into it. I'm like, girl, like, it's history. Like,
well, I know. I don't think it should be too political. It should just be historical and
also,
accurate.
Like, history is politics. Like, what are you going to do? Be like, we're not going to talk about abortion if someone brings it up, what? I don't know.
There's so many levels. Like, you can't even ask questions because it just leads to another question.
So many levels. And I don't know if she got the response that she was looking for. I think people are like, yeah, wear it.
Yeah, I mean, they're like, you're just gonna do it anyway. You've already done it. You've been doing it.
It's just funny that she's like, people act like the Brits are Nazis anyway.
I know. I feel like she just wants to talk about her job.
Which is fine. So anyway, that's the little piece of advice that I pulled.
I think I'm gonna start eating this donut.
I think it's a good time to wrap it up. We've talked a lot. Oh, do a little ASMR?
My goodness, God.
It's like, you have to get to the jam at the bottom. That's the important part.
Gotta get to the jam.
Yeah, get in there. Oh, God. It's actually really good to watch. Anyway, thanks for joining us. We're going to do a little more thinking, scamming, scheming.
I almost just choked. Gag on it, baby.
Save money where you can.
Yeah.
Spend money where you want.
Don't get caught by the MTA police because it really hurts.
Don't get caught
It hurts
by
you
the
financially.
MTA.
But also, use the service door when it's open. That's my advice. Don't jump the turnstile like an idiot because you can't run.
Yeah, don't jump the turnstile. Your knee will pop.
Yes, don't go under because you'll get a concussion. And you're not tall enough to go over, and you knew that, Avis.
That's
You knew that you weren't tall enough.
But do go to Prospect Park before 9 a.m. on the weekends for off-leash showers for a dose of serotonin.
And go to our website, www.spotify.
Spotify.here'sthegag.com.
Find out the gag and get a little donut ASMR.
Stay young, stay sexy.
Stay fresh.
Farewell.
Stay cute. Kisses. Bonsoir. Au revoir.
Bonsoir.